coming up. So we'll start with Kilkenny College, who have 2 fourth years in the team today, and they both start with Charlie Bramley at 6 and Matthew Bird starting on the wing as well. He's on the left wing. Charlie Bramley's brother Paddy is the captain today. He's a 6th year. And I just want to have a shout out to Adam Watchhorn, who is the squad captain, but unfortunately he's injured today. He's damaged his knee, and should they get through today, he will be back for the next round. Kilkenny's history in the competition is pretty good. They've qualified every year since they got into the Senior Cup in 1998, and they've won the Vinnie Murray once in their history, and also then, so they got into the semi-finals in 01 and in 07 and in 2012. And one of the coaches today, Shane Delahunt, was part of that 2012 team. Anything to note? Oh, sorry, one other point is that there are two of the lads that are coming back from last year, Paddy Bramley, who's the captain, and Gavin Atkinson. Gavin Atkinson is probably the tallest man on the pitch today at 6'6" tall. What do you know about Kilkenny, James?
I know that traditionally they've always had strong, a lot of farming background guys there, so always had strong pack. So listen, from what I hear, they're going to be very abrasive with the few guys you mentioned there. Been big bruisers of men, especially at such a young age.
And now, as we see the Terenure side come out, with our pitch camera, we'll have a quick chat through the Terenure side. They've won the competition on 10 occasions. They've got 7 fourth years in the team. 11 of this year's squad are coming back from last year. One notable returnee is the Austrian out half, Casper Gabriel, the left footer. And he arrived in Ireland when he was in 3rd year. A couple of other mentions, Paddy Corrie, the Dublin minor, Ballyboden St Enda's. And one other notable absentee is Ben Blaney, the son of James Blaney, who's injured with a hamstring injury and hoping to be back if they get through today. Terenure are always very strong in this competition.
Yeah, Nure will plan to take advantage of a fast, dynamic backline, headed by centre Daniel Martin, wingers Paddy Curry and Jeff O'Sullivan. I feel like the senior side in the club will have kind of broken that mindset of it. It's been 20 years now since Terenure School have won something, so I feel like the club having a bit of success hopefully will feed down to these lads, and they'll put in a big performance today and keep backing it up.
Yeah, the skiing family, Sean Skiing coaching today, they're heavily involved in both club and school.
Yeah, Harrison Brewer involved too. So exactly, he'll be breathing down the lessons that they learned on their pathway to lifting the AIL. So it'll be interesting to see how they go today.
The Kilkenny team circling themselves down in front of their supporters with Paddy. That's Charlie Bramley there at 6. Harry Brown at 15, Joe Landers number 7, and 13 is Glenn O'Rourke. Ready to go, referee calling them over to get underway. Jack Campion picking up the ball there for Kilkenny now. He's going to be taking the drop kick to start the game. No wind to speak of that we had yesterday. What wind there is will be coming over the top of the stand as normal. A little bit of sunshine, and the kickers will no doubt be using that. Kicking it deep into the 22. It's fielded by Gabriel, and a very cultured left boot there, bringing the play into the Kilkenny half.
Great exit there. It's exactly what you want as your first play. You need to clear your lines, start putting pressure back in Kilkenny and make them exit again.
This is an important one for the hooker now, the first throw, James, isn't it?
Yeah, they've gone for a shortened 5-man line out. Makes it harder to defend because you can only have one pod of 3, so you want to use a little bit of movement, hopefully get you a free ball at the front maybe, get you into the game.
Interesting to see who they throw up. They put up their number 8 and captain, Paddy Bramley. The referees call it crooked, so tricky there for Stephen Bailey at hooker. It's one you want to get right at the start of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Definitely. It's kind of getting those nerves out of the way, but the next best thing for a hooker is to hit a scrum, so at least you'll have an opportunity now, get that in, get it out of the system, and hopefully move on from there.
So Elliot Mallon to put in for Terenure. Will be at the putting it to the back of the scrum, hopefully to their captain Lockie Wardick. Out to Gabriel. And to Lewis Moore in the 12. Mallon, Gabriel, standing up to tackle. Well supported by Wardick. Out to Mallon in the centre. And a penalty for slightly high tackle there on the 10-metre line. Stephen Bailey just slightly high. And Wardick has chosen to go for goal. And Casper Gabriel will look to the touchline for his kicking tee. Be a nice start, wouldn't it?
Terenure looking quite composed there. They were earmarked at having a very explosive back line and quality of their pass and straight line running, all the little simple things doing very well there. Unfortunately, just a misjudgment in tackle height there from Kilkenny, but it'll give Terenure the opportunity here to the first look at a few points.
It's just one of those things that kind of, in schools rugby, that little bit of over-exuberance at the beginning just happens everywhere, I suppose, doesn't it?
Yeah, it happens in senior rugby too.
It's a terrific strike and the flags go up. 3-0 to Terenure after just coming up on 3 minutes. That'll be a nerve settler for Casper Gabriel.
Yeah, his first 5 touches on the ball so far have all been exceptional. So that's exactly what you want from your leaders and getting you into the game.
Jack Campion looking left. And Terenure will look to do a similar exit to the last time. It's fielded by the second row, Josh Mooney. Mallon in. There was decent pressure on the kicker there.
That is the definition of a commentator's curse, snap hook. But,
we've done plenty of those in our day.
Back.
Now Bailey gets a chance to find his jumper again. It's a good attacking position, James. Good attacking position here.
Yeah, it's a first kind of opportunity now in the 22. Again, they're going for this shortened 5-man line out. We'll see if they do something around the front to try get their hooker into the game.
Oh, miscommunication or something. Gabriel will probably go long here. A little bit of disarray, but in the backfield with the winger up. Fielded well by Harry Brown, Kilkenny fullback. He brought play to the halfway line.
Great clear from Brown there. That's exactly what they needed. The ball just kind of jumped past them on it's a tricky enough surface sometimes at 4G, but back to the halfway line and all is good. They can settle the troops.
Yeah, he didn't panic. Just followed the ball. Just collected himself. Struck it nicely, right footer obviously. That's a good throw by Mark Egan. What do you do defensively at this point for Terenure? How do you line up for this?
So you got to see what the opposition are doing. So I'm not wasn't a back, but I know that the split would depend on what the opposition are doing and where the scrum is. Terenure have set up with a kind of 3.5 here with the wingers slightly off.
Yeah.
So the thinking would be that if they come this way, the winger will come up, the fullback
Looks like
will close.
they're going right. 8-9 and a chip through. Just came off the winger's knee. 14. Josh Bennett. He made a move early.
Yeah, so they were trying to manipulate the backfield there, getting the fullback to come up and put it in behind and put a bit of pressure on. It was good tactic early on in the game to keep putting the pressure back on Terenure and make them make mistakes.
So Mark Egan to throw in again for Terenure. He found his jumper again. Number 6, Mike Murphy. Good strong run from Wardick there, the captain. Are they penalised for holding on the ground?
Kilkenny, interestingly, setting up in a 14-1 defensive style, so their wingers are up with everyone else in the front line, which means it's just the full back in the backfield. Scarlets would play a defence like that, so would Wales. The only way to kind of play against it really is to kick the corners and kind of force them to have more people in the backfield, because you're just going to run into a brick wall all day otherwise.
Daniel Benn, the number 9 for Kilkenny. He'll be taking the kick. Directly in front of the posts. Wind will be slightly off over his left shoulder. Looks to be right. Fielded by Gabriel, who slices it slightly off the outside of his boot. And worth a shot at goal, though, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. And this is a big moment now for Kilkenny. They just got to figure out an option here where they win the ball and get themselves into the game, because the first 2 lineouts have gone away for whatever reason. But hopefully they can rectify it here and get themselves a bit of momentum.
Up goes number 4, Harry Pivoy. Haven't gone to Atkinson as far as we've seen so far, the 6'6" second row. Might be back out to Gabriel again from Malin. A very big kick. Well positioned. That's a lovely kick, just landing outside the 22. A nice quick feet from Gabriel. Shifting hands here, nice handoff. They can run straight. That's the 12, Ivor Fenton. Just going off their feet. The referee probably just asked both teams to calm down at this stage.
Lovely second action there from the Kilkenny defence, getting back up on your feet after the tackle and counter-rucking and leading to the turnover.
They've been quick over the ball, haven't they?
They have been quick, but it's all about that second action of not just being done and lying down when you've made your tackle, actually getting back up and affecting the ruck. It's led to a big turnover here. You like to see a bit of bite. No one minds a bit of argy-bargy, so you can see how much it means to both teams.
I see Paddy Bramley's just calling the team in as the referee has asked for, just to have a chat about the discipline, I assume. The kicking down the line from Jack Campion. He made good ground. He was tight on the 5 there. He made about 25, 30 metres there. It's pretty good.
Yeah, you're hoping of your Bailey here just for a good call. The last one was heavily marked, so again they've opted for a 5-man line-out, so you just got to manipulate that middle guy in the Terenure defence.
Just Toyin Smith coming in there with the call, who is, he's a representative honours from Kilkenny. I don't think they've won one yet. They'll need to tidy it up. I wish they'd go to the front when they're under pressure like that and just get it right.
I think, in fairness, Terenure, they tried that the last two, and Terenure read them pretty well. So that was actually a good call. It was open just slightly too high. I feel like if he'd gotten one of the first four, or one of the first three, then he hits that on the money. But hopefully he'll settle himself now.
Yeah. Nice pass from Glenn O'Rourke. Out to Matthew Bird on the left wing. The fourth year starting. Seems to have good pace. They're shifting the ball out the back line. It's good to see. Out of their own half. It's probably a good thing to do. They made about a few metres anyway.
Kilkenny's defence seems to be a strong part of their game as well. You can see how aggressive they are. Bailey has another chance here to hopefully get himself into the game.
Here we go. Now Bailey's got his hands on the ball at the back. Just taking it up the middle with Gavin Atkinson.
Great call from the ref there. It was clearly hands past the ball before he lifted it. Out half's not necessarily known for their poaching skills, but he made a good attempt. He just had his hands down first.
Most of the game so far has been in the Terenure half. Kilkenny would like to make a little bit of this possession pay now at this point, 12 or 13 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I think they just need to get their line-out function. They clearly are under a lot of pressure from the Terenure defence. Maybe a change in numbers might be a good idea just to mix it up. But they've gone for a 5-man again here, so let's see if they can get it.
Up goes Bramley, the captain, almost secured. They've got it now. Probably going to drive it up the middle here. That's Bailey going right down the blind side. We've got 3-on-2 here, 3-on. That's Toyin Smith taking it to ground. Bramley, Paddy. Bad luck, that's just knocked on by Colin Gallagher. Sorry, Josh Bennett. Campion retrieves the ball just inside his own 22. Ball secured. I'm just going to drive it outside the 22. Box kick coming. Bit of pressure on Paddy Curry. He's got through the first. He's been taken out after kicking. I wonder will the referee bring it back? He is. That was a clever bit of play by Curry.
Yeah, great feet and great take in the air, but probably a bit of rush of blood to the head, kicking it through. When you make big breaks like that, unless there's a passing option or it's a clear option maybe for a try for someone else, those kicks are fairly low percentage.
Do you think he drew that penalty on purpose?
It looks like he's playing off instinct there.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like, but if he did,
he chosen to go to the corner.
Yeah.
Interesting, after that last kick that Campion got, that they didn't just take the points. They're obviously looking to put 7 on the board. Mark Egan to throw in, getting the instructions from Adam Cooper, who's a Leinster under-18 squad player. Nice take by Mike Murphy, but just slightly crooked, says the referee. So Kilkenny get away and have the put into the scrum.
That one looked a bit harsh from a hooker to a hooker, but you gotta play the referee. So Kilkenny got off the hook a little bit there.
You never get to chat to them about those, do you? Those calls in the line edges. Would you not just let it go?
It's a stern look. That's all you can give.
The options here off the scrum generally just back to 10, clear the lines, back to 15, clear the lines, or take it up and try and give a better angle. But they're in the 15, so they might just clear the lines, try and bring it outside the 22.
A standard play would be 8 pick with 12 coming short, and either play him or 8 carry yourself and then clear your lines. But listen, there's no.
Well, Ivor Fenton looks like he's going to get it off 8 here as well, doesn't he? He's gone in to secure the ball. As you said, 12 was involved. Back to where the scrum was. Just in the side. There's too many penalties. Probably for chat, yep. It's a pretty cagey affair, hasn't really got a whole lot of flow yet. Very good kick that. Touch judge came a cropper with Gabriel trying to field it and pop it back into play.
Bailey will be hoping for an open call here, get into the flow of the game. He's got a lovely throw on him, so he just needs to settle himself and hopefully get into the game.
Great feat by Ivor Fenton. Just super little break. If they can capitalise this with quick ball, that's the 4th year. Charlie Bramley with the bleached peroxide hair, well able to spot. A knock on by Terenure.
Yeah, just knocked on in contact. It looked like it was maybe Cooper who was contesting the ball, but deemed to be knocked on the floor. So Kilkenny will have a good chance here to launch something off the training field.
When you make those breaks, you need to follow up quickly. You want quick ball off the base of that ruck, don't you?
Yeah, of course, and it's also been aware of where the scrum half is. You know, if the scrum half has to hit the ruck or he's involved in the tackle, being aware to play 9 and keep the ball moving and not just sit over the ball. So it's a good listen. You see, even in senior rugby, it's how quickly you can do that is what makes great players from good players.
Daniel Ben to put in. Spinning scrum. They'll probably go for a reset.
Terenure scrum causing a lot of trouble. They seem to be very explosive on the feed. It looks like Story is causing havoc on the tight head side. He's attacking that loose head joint and causing all sorts of hassle.
Well, past pupils on the far side as well for Terenure. Fenton he's very fast feet, doesn't he? He stays up well.
Yeah, the surface definitely helps for any of the lads who have jinky kind of step.
Nimble.
It really kind of makes it easy to beat people. It's hard to defend for slow guys like myself.
That's Robbie Powell. Just slightly isolated. I think that was Robbie Powell, and they got over the ball quickly and a penalty, and they're going to clear the lines. Terenure. That's a super kick, taking it up to halfway.
He's got a huge boot. It's a great asset to have in your team. Anyway, that purple patch is gone for Kilkenny, so they'll need to weather the storm with this, whatever comes of this line out.
It's untidy, but they've won it. It's the Bramley brothers combining there, making a little bit of inroads into the Terenure line. And chip over the top, beautifully taken. Fenton securing it, ball's there for scrum half Mallon. Picked up by Robbie Powell, just blocked. Well backed by Gavin Atkinson. That's Harry Brown going to ground. Ref just bringing it back, I think, for a knock on the tackle.
Yeah, I think it's off the first breakdown off that line out. And, Kilkenny did well to get up in the 4 slot and steal the ball, but in that first contact, I think Terenure just got a hand in and knocked it on.
Seemed to be very evenly matched. Just 22 minutes gone, only 3 points in it. Probably one scoring opportunity that hasn't been taken by both, but it is what it is. It's only 3 points in. It's very close.
Yeah, they both seem to be feeling themselves out. I like both of them started very well with their tactical battle of trying to take on the backfield. I feel like Terenure, when they have possession and they get a chance to isolate that fullback on his own, they put some attacking kicks in. They actually haven't had the opportunities yet, but hopefully the game will play out for them. Kilkenny probably need to get a score on the board after all the pressure they've had, give themselves a bit of momentum.
Yeah, Terenure haven't had a lot of attacking platform ball yet. They had one opportunity down in the Kilkenny 22 where, as you said, called crooked into the line out. But now Kilkenny, this is a quick push there by Terenure. Just the ball was going in, was well timed.
This Terenure pack's going to cause some trouble. They've very strong and explosive front row. And Kilkenny are going to have to figure out a way of getting the ball in and out of the scrum.
Yeah, locking it down. Probably a bit of timing between hooker and scrum half to be having a chat about when they're going to do it.
Yeah, well, the feed there wasn't even from Ben wasn't the straightest in the world, but they still managed to get pushed off it.
Is that ever called anymore?
Well, it depends. Some refs are anal about it, but listen, he's dead right to do it. He can push every boundary he can.
Yep. So Mark Egan thrown in. It's tidy at the back. Kilkenny scrambling to stop the progress. Seem to have got their hands in on the ball. Still moving though. Referees up to the 5-yard line now. It's good defensive effort there from Kilkenny. Yeah, Kilkenny scrum. How much communication can you actually hear when that's going on in there, James? Like, they're just trying to go over the line?
Well, when you're in there, you obviously have your perfect setup, but when the defence is never going to be perfectly as you plan. Unfortunately, when you're at the back or in the middle with the ball, there's not much you can do about lads coming through the centre of joints or in around the side. So you just kind of got to depend on the lads in front of you to do their job so you can get through. So Kilkenny did a really good job of obviously getting through and getting onto the ball, and a good turnover to relieve a bit of pressure.
Yeah, they did a good job, all right.
The scrum now is the main issue. It's how do we get it out of the scrum?
Yeah, and the referee talking to both front rows just to try and keep it tidy. Not make an issue of the scrum. Daniel Bell feeding. Ball's popped out. Ball stolen as he's over. Is that the blind side? Looks like Mike Murphy might have got the try. Just spilled out the back of the scrum. Here we see it again. Spilled out the back. Bramley unable to control it. Then he picks it up, but it pops out of his hands under pressure. There from the scrum half, and the ball pops into Mike Murphy's hands.
Yeah, Bramley actually switches channels from in between the second rows to in between the open side and one of his second rows, but just misses the ball as it comes back with the hook. And in fairness, it was great pressure from Mallon and great opportunism then from the blind side Murphy. Kilkenny probably have to have a little bit of a think about how they can be clever in the scrums. Now, when it's your own possession, and you're in an area like that, sometimes a little collapse or something like that will, you know, if you've a 30% chance of winning the ball by boxing fairly, you've probably a 60% chance of winning on your own ball, especially close to your own line. So sometimes you got to roll the dice when your back's against the wall.
That's a super kick. Yep, and the flags go up again. This lovely kick. That's 2 from 2 from the tee from Casper Gabriel. And they go to 10 points to 0, coming up on the half-hour mark. 28 minutes or so gone.
Yeah, Kilkenny just need to get their set piece moving, both scrum and line out. Haven't really started motoring yet, so if they have any aspirations to go far in this competition, they need their pack to be a well-oiled machine.
Mark Egan to throw in. Up goes Wardock, but it looked a little bit crooked, but taken by number 3, Olin Story at the back, who wasn't expecting, but he managed to take it, field it, and now they're up the ball up in the air. Gabriel releases it out the top of the ruck, top of the maul. Story taking it up, offloading. That's good pressure. The offload makes such a difference. There's a ball being dinked in behind. It's probably going to be a little bit too far. May run out of space inside it, over the dead ball line.
Great idea, poor execution. That's exactly what Terenure need to do. They need to punish that backfield. It was wide open in the corner as the winger is in the front line. And their Kilkenny 9 seems to be playing a bit of a sweeper role now, but they still don't have the wings in the back. So it's just a fullback on his own. So it is the right play there to try to take on the corners and punish them for only having one in the backfield. But just
that's the
seemed
ball
to come off the side of the boot and you know, it looks like a back kick. But right idea, so you can never be faulted for trying the right idea.
And when it comes to cup time, there's always that little bit of extra adrenaline, so it's hard to, you know, tamper the kick by 10%. It only needed 2% off that one, though.
This is a tough one to defend. So you have the 50-22 that's on as a back line. It's a disaster. A midfield scrum inside the opposition's half. It's a game of cat and mouse. What you do in terms of you either leak probably 10 or 15 meters, maybe 20 meters, or you come up hard and leave your backfield open, and you can leave yourself open for 50-22. It's been a great addition, that rule, I have to say.
It really is. It makes defending teams really think. Good scrum. Oh, Tory Smith is up in the air. Great block down. Quick ball again now from Kilkenny to shift it up the field would be good. They've slowed it down a little bit. Daniel Ben, box kick. Up comes Paddy Curry. Great take from him. It'll be one-on-one tackle. In comes Matthew Jeff O'Sullivan from the left wing. 16-year-old fourth here. You wonder, will Terenure bring some back play into this position in the field now, or they just try and drive it up inside the 22? They'll probably take a first drive, Shunt.
Yeah, it looks like they have a forward at halfback, so whether it'll be a maul or maybe a breakout and try play into the seam of the line out in between where the back line joins.
They started off doing the first job correctly and taking it off the top. Quick ball up at 10-12 channel. Gonna call it, is he? The ref isn't. Up goes Holland's Dory. Paddy Curry. There's 12 Lewis Moran taking scrum half roll. Spilled forward, unfortunately for Terenure, just on the 22 line with the pressure. Probably just a little bit over exuberant there, and just slow it down a little bit, although they saw the opportunity down the blind side.
Yeah, just try to push the offload when you kind of want to be in control of the contact before you can get an offload away, or else it's a very low percentage play. The Terenure line-out play there was straight out of the Joe Schmidt playbook, which is good to see. He still left his impression on the Irish game. I know he obviously has his Terenure connections.
He's had an impact on Irish rugby as a whole. Now it's just a couple of minutes before half-time. Kilkenny be eager to clear their lines now, just not to concede before half-time and regroup then at the break. They've done the first job there now with bringing the play out to just inside their own 10-metre line. Mark Egan be looking for probably Josh Mooney or Jake Carter, assistant captain. Finds 6, Mike Murphy again. Good ball. Referee calling it again, knocked on, slightly knock on. A knock-on's a knock-on the end of the day. And Story just down for, going to need a little bit of attention. Time off. We're looking for a breather, both teams, but they're going to get a longer one now in a few minutes. What do you want to do just before half-time here?
Well, they've had a good spell now. They've won the last 3 moments, so it's can we do probably 2 more big moments, get a score before half-time, call these championship minutes. So when you're coming up to the end of both halves and the clock goes red, those training sessions, in the middle of winter or pre-season where you're practicing and you're trying to do that almost 2-minute drill or 3-minute drill of not having any mistakes, everyone knowing the role, and being able to back up phases and keep pressure on teams and come up with a score. So they'll have an opportunity here. They'll have a big blind side to work with, so we'll see what they come up with off the training ground.
You'd have expected a calm head. You'd hope for one from Paddy Bramley there, the captain of Kilkenny, to be able to say some clear messages to his team. Just those very things that you've just said, just to win the next few moments and get in at half-time and possibly get a score.
I think it's important for them to get a score here in terms of just the emotional energy that you're bringing into half-time. they've poured a lot here, and they need kind of something for a reward for all the hard work they put into this half.
So Daniel Ben to put in. We're hoping to lock out the scrum with props, Toyin Smith and Robbie Powell. We've got the free kick. You go quickly here now before half time. Exactly that. Just want to set it up, go quickly again. He's supported by his brother Charlie in at the breakdown and inside the backs now. There's good defence by the two centres from Terenure, Lewis Moran and Daniel Martin, but Kilkenny still have it. Looking for the out the back pass there from the 13 Glenn O'Rourke, but a penalty conceded for the Terenure over the ball.
Terenure very comfortable there in defence. Just didn't look like the pass quality was there for Kilkenny, which meant that they didn't really get any momentum. And in fairness to Terenure, they weathered that little passage of play very well, and they're going to get another opportunity to score here before half time and potentially put another nail in the coffin for Kilkenny.
They did look comfortable. They did look like their heads up were in defence. They had heads up looking at the runners coming at them. They seemed to be able to see what was coming at them, and the two centres, Lewis Moran and Daniel Martin, sized up their opposition quite well and chased them down in the centre there and blocked the passing. Talking of the centres, up goes Moran. Ball ripped, won by Kilkenny. And Campion puts it out for half-time. So it's 10-0 to Terenure at half-time, with the scores coming after 3 minutes from Gabriel, a penalty, and then with a try from Mike Murphy after 25 minutes, and well converted by Casper Gabriel. Kilkenny had an opportunity, missed penalty to make the scores even at a 3-all, but at half-time it's 10 points to nil. Terenure looking good at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's a well-deserved 10-0 as well. Terenure have looked comfortable both sides of the ball. They've had a good tactical plan. Their kicking has been really, really good. They've managed all of the first phase attacks that Kilkenny have thrown at them fairly well, and minus a few purple patches from Kilkenny in the midfield. It's been a good, especially from the Terenure pack. It's been a great display, and Kilkenny will have to kind of rectify a few of the issues. They seem like they've sorted out the scrum a little bit, but their line out needs to start functioning for them to get properly into the game.
The first thing that Kilkenny were doing there at half-time was 1, 2 and 3. We're having a chat just about feet positions, so we expect to see something slightly different in the second half from the front row.
Looking forward to seeing it. It's a big Terenure pack, but it's been a good battle so far.
We'll be back after half-time with the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, you're very welcome back to the second half of this Leinster Schools Senior Cup game between Terenure and Kilkenny. Terenure having the better go of it in the first half. They're 10 points to 0 up against Kilkenny so far, and they'll be looking to extend that lead now, with Kilkenny hoping to bring it back to an even game soon enough in this first half, second half. James, it's been a nip and tuck really, hasn't it?
Yeah, even off that kick-off there, both teams just contesting absolutely everything. That's the last thing Kilkenny would have wanted to start this half, was to cough up the ball on receiving a kick-off. But a great opportunity here for Terenure to extend their lead.
They've moved their blindside wing, Jeff O'Sullivan, into the channel behind the 10. Casper Gabriel. Be interesting to see what they do where he slots in then into this move. He's going out further outside the. He's making the extra man. Callum Gallagher on the right wing for Terenure, taking it up. Well-timed run there by Murphy again. It looks like Charlie Bramley has held them up, and that's a good bit of defensive play there by Toyin Smith and Charlie Bramley. Charlie Bramley's a fourth year. He's a big unit for fourth year, isn't he?
Yeah, great contact there, and targeting the ball. Terenure trying to run onto the ball, but kind of one-off runners, which has been easy for Kilkenny to target and get two-man hits in and stunt that momentum. So maybe a little bit of variation coming off the edge next time for Terenure might pay a bit more dividends.
So here's the first scrum of the game in the second half. This is where we need to see the feet positions. What do they mean to you?
Well, it's all about your setup, really. That's the majority of the scrum, but they did well to weather that storm.
They got rid of it quickly, yeah. That's a decent clearance from Daniel Benn there at 9. At the moment, it seems to be a game where the defences are on the up, really, aren't they? They're the main point of the game so far.
Yeah, I think that's been a trend in rugby in general. It's the transformation of kind of going from having three guys in the backfield to some teams have two, some teams have one. This is kind of now in the green zone for attack for Terenure, so we'll probably see some sort of maul to break out play, or maul to get themselves into this game.
And they've called a six-man line out with number 4 Josh Mooney at scrum half. Here we go. Up goes Mark Egan, taking the ball off the back of the ruck, back of the maul there. They've made their way inside the 22. There's Olin Story hitting the deck. Quicker ball now. It's a bit stationary. They have a good few phases of play here from Terenure. They haven't had this so far yet in the game almost. They're shifting the ball on there to Josh Mooney, the fourth year. And defence is one out again. They got some consecutive plays there, phases together.
Yeah, interesting as well, seeing how tight they were playing off 9. Maybe that's going to be a tactic for the second half, is using the power of their pack in and around the ruck. But listen, Kilkenny have come up nearly every single time that they're under big pressure with some sort of turnover, whether it be a poach, a barge / counter ruck, or they're good pressure on the ball and forcing someone to come in the side.
So Jack Campion with the ball at his feet. It's decision time here. You know, this is a tricky decision for the 10s or the kickers, where they have to decide which side of the pitch they're going to kick to, because taking into account where the wind is coming from as well, and putting your hooker under pressure on the far side of the pitch. We're just losing a player here to the bench. It looks like he's done an elbow or a shoulder for Kilkenny, so there'll be a substitute there.
I can promise you no out half is ever worried about the hooker throwing back into the wind. They're always thinking about how far can I kick it down. So that goes all the way up, not just schoolboys rugby.
So the injured player is Stephen Bailey, the hooker for Kilkenny. So on comes Jason Shirley to throw into his first line out. Slightly too high, but Kilkenny win it nonetheless, and now they just knocked it on, and Terenure rucked over. Quicker ball. Kilkenny defence is well set though. It's a strong burst by Olin Story again. Casper Gabriel just taking it up. The very few options there. Campion isolated a couple of Kilkenny guys over the ball, so it seems to be the defences are winning the game so far.
Yeah, listen, it'll be another opportunity for Kilkenny here. An unforced error at the last line out. They'll be looking to win this one. The stand side is always easier to throw from, so hopefully they can get themselves into the game in the second half. 10-0 down is nothing. You saw Ross Gray come back from 22-0 yesterday, so they're well in this game. All they need to do is just get a bit of momentum.
Yeah, it seems that it's very stop-start. I think Kilkenny really need to up the tempo or something, or go to something that they're comfortable with now.
Yeah, just win the ball and retain possession. That's kind of been the issue so far, and it's impossible to get any sort of flow and momentum in a game when you're not winning your set piece.
So Shirley to throw in. That's a super take at the back. It's a big ask for the hooker coming on to throw that one.
Great dart there, and look, they're into a flow now.
Pivoy up, bringing the ball up into that ruck. That's Toyin Smith. Shifting across the field. 12 was Ivor Fenton. To Bramley. To Campion. That's the open side flanker, Joe Landers. It's Campion at scrum half. Ivor Fenton needs a spin pass from 13. Glenn O'Rourke. It's a little more open now, James.
Fast quality Kilkenny there. They're stringing really good phases together. They just need to start passing in front of each other.
Just up outside the 22. Glenn O'Rourke picks up. He's held up by Olin Story, I think it is. Kilkenny, the arms out from the referee, Michael Forrestal. Sorry, it was Adam Cooper. Adam Cooper, the front row for Terenure, heading to the bin for a couple of minutes.
That's a rush of blood to the head from the ref in front of the Kilkenny fans, I think.
I thought he was in control of what he was doing, but sure, the referee saw it differently. It's hard to know. So Kilkenny with an opportunity here. They put the ball into the 5-metre line. Pressure on the substitutes, hooker Jason Shirley. Going to throw in and keep it simple here. They have a big pack. They'll keep it. Probably the Bramley brothers in the 2 second rows will play a big part in this. Get the first part right. Up goes Charlie Bramley. That's the best line out so far for them. They've got 9 and 10 in there, ready to go.
They're rumbling here.
Put the Ivor Fenton's gone in to help. Looks like they're over, and they've scored.
That's what I mean about getting your set piece right. You know, they've 2 line-out wins in a row there, and it just means you can get some access into the game. It's near on impossible to win a game without your set piece functioning.
I think the try scorer was Leo Zellman, the substitute hooker, I think. 4th year, big day for him. So Daniel Benn with an opportunity, his second kick at goal. This one's he missed a penalty earlier on in the game after to even the points up at 3-3. But now conversion opportunity. And the flags go up, bringing the score to just a 3-point game now after 46 minutes gone on the clock.
Great start to the half for Kilkenny. It's exactly what they needed. They've righted the few wrongs we talked about at the end of the first half, and they need to catch this ball now, get a good exit in, and they actually have full momentum.
That's a great competition in the air, and brilliantly taken by Casper Gabriel. Looks like a Kilkenny player has come down, probably pulled a finger in that collision. Bit of damage, probably caught the finger on the shirt or something on the way through, and that. Terenure looking lively. The tempo's up in this game all of a sudden.
Yeah, bit of momentum for both sides now in attack, and the crowd's starting to get into it too, and I think the players are feeding off it.
I think that's Alfie Burgess taking the ball up. That's a good decision to go up and through the ruck. It sets the Kilkenny defence again. It keeps them guessing, keeping the ball moving, keeping the ball active, changing the point of attack. And a penalty to Terenure there. It was the Kilkenny 13, Glenn O'Rourke, who was under pressure, but Terenure now taking the ball quickly, taking the penalty quickly, looking to strike back as quickly as possible. The entire Terenure back line, apart from one, all the way on the blind side. They've got their right wing, Callum Gallagher, all the way over on the right-hand touchline on his own. Now they're shifting over to the open side, and it looks like Alfie Burgess going down the left-hand side, down the blind side. Quick pick and go. Made no ground there whatsoever. It was good defence by Kilkenny. That's a good 2-man tackle. It's a great clear out by Gabriel. Elliot Mallon taking it up the middle. It's the captain, Wardick. Ball there. It's a counter ruck going on. Kilkenny defence as well set. That's Alfie Burgess. Slightly isolated, it's a 3-on-1 there, but good support in the tackle. Knee down, ball back. They've retained possession well, James.
Yeah, and if you watch the Terenure backs are sweeping from side to side, it looks like they might be on here.
Just drifting a little bit, making it easier for the defence.
ball in the wrong hand as well.
Yeah. It's almost all 30 players are inside the post line to the touch line. It's good counter rucking again from Kilkenny. They're making it very difficult. That's Burgess making a few inches. It's Casper Gabriel. He's over the line, I think. Not sure if he's. Can't quite see if he's over the line. It's obviously not. It's play on.
On wide here.
That's Paddy Curry. And penalty to Kilkenny.
Double movement.
Double movement.
Yeah, it looked like he was held.
They got very narrow. They seem to run out of options.
Yeah, their tactic seems to be playing tight with their forwards, with their back sitting in behind the ruck, and they're going to sweep when the opportunities are on. I don't mind that as an option, but Kilkenny just weathered the storm really well. The two things that'll kill you with those tactics are being held up over the line and coming up with a mistake, whether it be a knock on or you got double movement there. You got to just wait for the right opportunity to come and eke out the score if you're going to play like that.
You can see that Kilkenny absolutely delighted to come out of that without conceding and winning the penalty. They're all congratulating each other, which they should be doing. I mean, it's terrific defence. They were defending it with their lives there.
Yeah, it'll feel like a try for them now that they've won their last two lineouts to be able to clear here. Hopefully get another exit, get out of their own half and keep the momentum in their favour because they've weathered this storm.
Earlier on, it was Glenn O'Rourke, the Kilkenny Open second centre, who seemed to get injured in the aerial battle with Casper Gabriel, but he's back playing and defending it for Kilkenny in the centre now. Luke McNiff is just coming on now for Terenure. At number 19. Taking the place of assistant captain Jake Carter, who seems to be just limping a little bit. Jason Shirley now to throw in, secured at 2 by Harry Pivoy. Kilkenny number 4. Daniel Benn puts it up, landing it on the halfway line where Casper Gabriel takes. It's a solid tackle by Ivor Fenton. He's had a decent game, Fenton. Terenure running straight at them now in the open field. Gabriel scything through the middle. Keeping the ball alive through the tackle. Need a little bit of secure ball here. Kilkenny well set in defence. Good hands. Under pressure, probably forced that pass a little bit, James.
Yeah, it was some good phase play as well. I think you just want to straighten there and take contact after that first offload. But listen, we've all done it. It looked like it was open, but unless you can get it to the man quickly, those loop kind of passes never really come off, and he just put a little bit too much on it into touch.
Toyin Smith chatting to Jason Shirley. It's good perspective for the line out. That's another good take. They've won a few consecutive line outs now.
Yeah, it's 4 in a row, versus kind of they lost the first 4, so it'll give them a bit of access into this game. It means that it's not giving Terenure easy ins,
Yeah. Putting themselves under pressure, that's right. Looking for Jack Campion to clear. No, Daniel Benn, the 9, takes on the responsibilities. Up goes Paddy Curry. That's a super take. Just Ivor Fenton. at speed. Just caught him slightly, hampered his landing a little bit. I suppose he has to give a penalty.
Yeah, I think it's
Michael Forrestal.
It was a fair call. There was no malice whatsoever in it, and yep, fair call. He has to try get there to contest, but then once he's not there, he can't. Like, there's nowhere for him to go. So it's a tough one, but fair penalty. But can't blame the Kilkenny College player for trying to get the ball.
Casper Gabriel with 5 points to his name now on the team sheet, on the score sheet so far. Taking this opportunity from the 10-metre line, just to the left of the posts, to try and extend the lead to 6. No trouble with the distance, but just drifted wide of the left of the upright.
Beautiful strike. I'm no kicking expert, but looks like he just misjudged whatever the wind was.
You never fancied yourself as a kicker, no?
Never, unfortunately. I would have got paid a lot more.
Good deep dropout. And a line for Kilkenny coming up in defence. Got over the ball, but a nice clear out there from Terenure. It's hard to see the numbers on the back of the shirts, but I think that might have been Lewis Carney. I'm not sure. He's making good ground at the ruck. Kilkenny over the ball there. No, off their feet. Yeah. Glenn O'Rourke having a chat with the referee. He felt he was on his feet when he won the ball.
Yeah, it looked like a good turnover to me, but the referee deemed him to, I think it was, did he say his hands were past the ball? It looked like a good lift to me.
So Fenton needing a little bit of attention.
Also easy to say from the cheap seats with the referee's decision. I've done it in training games and had a bit of perspective on how hard it is to get everything, but looked like a harsh enough one to me.
Yeah, we can't see from here. It's a long way away. Michael Forrestal doing a very good job so far. Still only 3 points in it, coming up to the 60-minute mark with not too much longer. I'm beginning to get a bit jittery here. If Terenure to put something on the board, it'd be important.
Yeah, they've dominated the territory battle, but they don't really have anything to show for it, so they're going to want to be coming away with a score sooner or later.
Terenure control here. Up goes Carney. That's a lovely timed run from the centre. Carney lining out again, 18 into secure. Recycling the ball, Terenure. That's Wardick, the captain. All right, big pass from Casper Gabriel all the way out to the right touchline. And a superb pass from Gabriel to the right winger, Callum Gallagher, who dots down on the right-hand side after 58 minutes.
Lovely little trick play in that last line out from Terenure. They created a pot of three in the middle of the line out with Wardick looping around taking it to the front, which led to the big line break. Great pass and finish there to get a well-deserved try. And to be honest, the pressure they've been putting on, they probably deserve to get a bit of scoreboard pressure too.
That's what faces Casper Gabriel from the touchline. It's a good side for a left footer. It's good effort again, but scoreline remains 15 points to 7 to Terenure with just about 10 minutes to go. 70 minutes goes by very quickly.
Yeah, it does. It's been an exciting game. I think Leinster Schools Senior Cup is always exciting by nature. Kilkenny now need to figure out a way to get back into this game, whether it be a good counter-attack or they get an opportunity here off a line-out play.
That's a super clearance from Gabriel there. It's time for Kilkenny to up the tempo again. They've 10 minutes, plenty of time. 2 scores.
Yeah, no need to panic. They'll probably want to exit here. I'm not sure they'll be running an attack from their own 10-metre line, but yeah, just get themselves back into the game, bit of momentum, and see where it takes them.
So Bramley lifted by Bramley. Fenton picks up the slightly errant pass and it's ripped in the tackle. Dan O'Rourke picks it up. Surely be. Robbie Powell picks up the loose ball there, secures it. Not sure Harry Peavoy knew he was getting that one, but he took it nonetheless and was secured by Charlie Bramley behind him. Daniel Benn at the base of the ruck. Ball not coming out easily, so referee Michael Forrestal gives a put into Kilkenny.
A scrum not the worst result there. If they can do what they've done in the last few and just lock it down, they'll have a good opportunity to either kick and run or kick straight off this and get a bit of territory back. They don't want to get sucked into playing too much in their own half here just because they're behind.
So Gavin Agar coming on there in the front row. I think he's coming on for Robbie Powell. Matthew Bird, left winger for Kilkenny, also coming off. So Gavin Atkinson is shifting to flanker, the flanker role there, the number 5 for Kilkenny. Out to Josh Bennett on the right wing. Casper Gabriel did very well there to get over the ball. Just making a nuisance of himself at the breakdown. He timed it well.
Yeah, it's his second turnover of the game, so interesting to see an out half who can poach. He seems to be able to do it all.
I think he has his hopes set on playing rugby for a career.
Yeah, and he has all the talent to do so.
Well able. Mark Egan to throw in. Just on the 22, the Kilkenny 22. Nicely taken in the middle of the line out. Sacked by Kilkenny, but the ball's still up. Knee down there. So, Rook. Scrum half, Elliot Mallon shifts it out to Gabriel. Just dropped by Dan Martin, unfortunately. or Paddy Curry, I think it was, came in through the centres. Kilkenny scrum directly in front of their posts. Is this a running opportunity?
Yeah, I like to we call it like a run and a kick, where you either move it a few passes, wait for the winger to come back up from the backfield and put it in behind. That's preferably the best option of something like this, but kicking straight off first phase isn't a bad option either.
He's going to do exactly that. Just get it over the head of Jeff O'Sullivan. He's back into the play, the 16-year-old fourth year. Mallon, nice line from Wardock. On to 19, Luke McNiff. Mallon plays the inside ball to O'Sullivan. Gabriel plays it out the back to 12, on to 13, Dan Martin. Gabriel again up on the gain line. Luke McNiff over the top of him nicely. On to Carney. Mallon again. Nothing much outside him, and needs a bit of support there on the ground. But they're all shifting left and left. Mallon takes a chance of jumping through the tackle a little bit. McNiff well over the ball there. There's Wardock spinning in the tackle. Just past Peavoy it was, spun through the tackle. They're just getting in behind here, James, aren't they?
Yeah, they're putting the phases together and making slight little inroads. You see how they run onto the ball. It's a little bit more effective when you're playing tighter than those wider passes.
Mallon choosing to go.
Seem to have gathered a bit of momentum back here.
Referee bringing it back. They got a lot of phases together there. They looked like they were getting in behind. They probably first or second time in the match that they've actually made that sort of an impact on the game. They've put 8-9 phases together.
Yeah, effectively how they've done so. It looks like they're going to go for a tap and go here.
That's Lockie Wardock making that choice, going himself. This would effectively put the game to three scores if they could get over the line here. Just keeping it simple, keeping it tight. Again, Terenure are making not pretending that they're going to go wide here. And almost just inches short. Over the line, can't see who got it. Who gets up last? Normally the fellow who runs fastest is the guy who got it, but we'll see here.
Looked like a pig through the middle of the rock. It was hard to see.
Making the score 20 points to 7 now. I think it's Paddy Curry who got over the line. Gabriel's going to take his time here, I'd imagine. Two minutes to go. That's what faces Casper Gabriel's left boot. That's pretty much, that's it really. That's a solid kick. That's a great kick.
It's a tall mountain for Kilkenny here. They need to score off this kickoff.
"15 points. Minute to go. It's a little tall order. Kilkenny have put up a super defense, super kind of combat throughout the game. It just kind of leaked away from them a little bit.
Yeah, I think Terenure have been very clinical with their possession in the second half, and clearly a lot of talented young players in there that are showing up when they're needed.
Yeah, nothing too fancy from Terenure. They've done everything that they needed to do to get the job done today.
Yeah, interesting tactics in and around the ball of just playing in and around D1, D2. Kilkenny actually did quite a good job of defending in most part, but it's paid dividends for Terenure in the end.
That's a strong tackle on Pierce Kelly. Terenure not making any mistakes at this last minute. They're just going to keep it simple enough, I think. Just keep the ball in hand until time is up. But they're giving away a penalty, just as I say it, off the feet. That's Paddy Curry, who's gone in, hurt himself. Michael Forrestal does time off in stoppage time, we think. Kilkenny have given a good account of themselves. They would have liked to have got over a couple of more times, but it was a game where the defences were really in charge of the game for most of it, weren't they?
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like it was the first half that really gave them an uphill battle. A lot of possession and opportunities, but unfortunately their set piece never really got going. So Terenure have been the better side today, so it'll be a well-deserved victory.
So Jack Campion to kick down the line. Down, kicking the ball into his supporters. One last chat from Paddy Bramley, the captain, to his forwards. Let's see if they can secure the ball coming into the line out from Jason Shirley as they step in. Malachi Corbett stepping out of the line. And it's stolen by Josh Malloy. And it's a high tackle by Corbett. Can't be much left now. Forrestal given a penalty for the high tackle. Last kick of the game. Gabriel having a chat with the ref.
Looks like they're going to play the line out.
Yep.
Casper Gabriel looks like some player.
Yeah, he's talented. He's comfortable, isn't he? He looks like he has time, in those kind of classic number 10s who when they seem to have time, they're good players, aren't they? It's a little bit crooked. I'd say he might blow it here, Forrestal. And do they want he's going to play the scrum, give an opportunity. Daniel Benn to put in one last opportunity to score in the Senior Cup this year for Kilkenny. Oh, sorry, it's number 21, Robin Hawkins. That's a lovely show and go from Glenn O'Rourke. Be a great finish to the game if they could get over, but they've lost it. ball kicked out. Michael Forrestal, the referee, blows after 74 minutes on the clock. Terenure take the day, go into the second round, winning by 22 points to 7, with the scores coming from Gabriel after 3 minutes with a penalty, which is a lovely long kick from in front of the post on the 10-metre line. Then Mike Murphy scored after 25 minutes, making it 8 points to 3, and Gabriel converted 10 points to 3 going in at the half. Only just the one opportunity for Kilkenny in the first half, with a penalty kick missed by Daniel Ben. Then Zellman scored after 45 minutes, making it 10 points to 5. Daniel Ben converted 10-7, and Gallagher got a try, Curry got a try, and Gabriel converted, making 22 points to 7. It's a comfortable win on the scoreboard, but it was tough work for Terenure.
Yeah, Kilkenny's defence really kept them in the game, and you could see the doggedness spirit, and that's a real team, you know, when you're fighting for your brothers, and they can be proud of the performance they put in today. But I think the better team won on the day.
Looking into the second round, so the teams who win this first round will be into a draw on tomorrow after the last game is finished. There are 3 games tomorrow. Wesley play Mary's here. Be an interesting game. They played last year as well. It was a brilliant game. It was 28 points, 33 points to 28 as well. So that they'll know each other. Wesley really put up a brilliant challenge to Mary's last year. So interesting way the draw works.
Yeah, it's a little bit different to back in my day in the Stone Age, but listen, at least you can't map out. It gives it a little bit more spice to it and excitement in who you're going to get. But this Terenure team looked like they could give it a good run.
Yeah, everybody will want to get better in the second round. Terenure supporters loving that they've won and got through. And we'd like to thank everybody for watching the stream here in Donnybrook in Energia Park. I'd like to thank Videos on the Net and the crew for putting on the stream: Gabriel Berg, Billy Keane, Paul McElhatton and Adam Hayward on camera. James Tracy, thanks very much for joining us on the stream, and we'll see you again soon, we hope.
Thanks a lot.